In this video, we're going to do a 15-minute Amazon Online Arbitrage product sourcing challenge to see how many leads we can find in only 15 minutes. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, the clock starts here. We can see this product on the Jellycat website is going for 25 bucks. Over on Amazon, we can see it's buy boxing for $49.72 right here. Plugging in that buy cost into SellerAmp, we can see that leaves $12 profit and a 48% ROI. Now, where most people go wrong as a beginner doing Amazon Online Arbitrage is they want to do all the complicated sourcing methods. They want to use automated software that doesn't even work. They think they need to pay for leads list or hire virtual assistants or spend a bunch of time looking through the clearance sections on websites they've never even made money from. Do none of that. Instead, just use storefront stalking, by far the quickest, fastest, and most simple way to find profitable online arbitrage leads as a complete beginner. All we need to do that, guys, is to scroll down here on SellerAmp to take a look at the other sellers that are carrying this product that we know are making lots of money, aka that have 25 plus reviews here, right? And if you're ever worried about ungating, just watch our full ungating tutorial on our channel here. So for example, we can see 61 reviews right there. Let's take a look, right? We can see one review, not going to worry about them. 68 reviews right here. We'll take a look as well. Right, we can see here, boom, 60 reviews. Take a look at that. So we want to take a look at these sellers that we know are making lots of profit because they're going to have a lot of other proven listings that if they can make money on, we can go ahead and track down at profitable prices too. Obviously, not every item is going to be profitable here, but this is a good way to go ahead and do things because these are sellers we know are making lots of money. So we can go ahead and see all the stuff they got and take a look down here further as well. So for example, taking a look at this seller here, we can see they got a bunch of Jellycat stuff, right? We can see all the brands they carry, all the categories they carry here as well. I actually happen to know the Yankee Candle is a pretty good sale going on right now too. So we can see 160K rank. We'll take a look at that, right? All these listings that we know folks are making money on, right? So under 200K rank right here, right? Take a look at those guys right here. We can see, take a look at some Jellycat listings as well. So we can see 96K rank. We'll take a look at that, right? 263K rank. Typically, I'd stay away from stuff with that higher rank, but toys is a pretty big category. We can see this is still 1%. So I'll take a quick glance at this and see if it looks good here. We can see 1.7 million rank. No, thank you. We can see really good rank here, but Amazon's on it. And there's a couple sellers really undercutting where the market has been. We can see the market really dropped off right there. So not going to worry about those here, right? So I want to take a look at these ones that don't have this kind of, that seller hippo tails undercutting right there. Let's see. Yeah, 40 would take a look at that as well here. Let's see, 26, no thank you. 40 here, we take a look at as well, right? And we can see and take a look at some other stuff too. So you just want to click in all these brands here. So for example, like Lancaster, not really familiar with that, but 77K rank, max cost of 21. Really, really stable price here too. Like we can take a look at that here. Right, we can see 81K rank. And that's what I love about storefront stalking is it introduces you to new brands too as well. So it's not just like a way to just find items, but it's a way to find new brands too. We can see a lot of high sales ranks right there. I want those hats that were showing up in the search there here. Yeah, so we can see like 16K rank. We'll take a look at those as well, right? 89K rank. We'll take a look at those. Obviously, Nike, we're not going to be able to do because Nike is what's called hard gated for beginner sellers where you can't even apply for the past 2 years or so right here. So now we have these listings right here. We can take a quick glance down here at the charts on SellerAmp, make sure they actually sell well here. And now we can see FBM buy box. We just want to make sure these listings actually make money, which we can see. Take a look at that chart. Totally do. And then we just want to go ahead and hit this Google button here on SellerAmp, search for product title on Google here. And we can see Christmas Eve here. Let's see. So taking a look at these guys, we can see they're going for, so these are out of stock here. Okay. So we can see, okay. Yeah. So check this out. So at 15.5 here, when these were in stock, this would be about a 12% ROI. But what I also know is that Yankee Candle or just listings in general that you can see lots of sellers FBMing, you can price above that FBA using what's called the prime bump here. So for example, say I add 10% to the sale price here. If I go ahead and add in 10% here, we can see at least $4.59 profit and a 30% ROI, which is pretty much good enough here. And then what I'd also want to do, because unfortunately this listing's out of stock, is I would want to scroll down here and add this to an out of stock spreadsheet on SellerAmp here to come back to this in the future. So this is pretty much one lead already here. It's just out of stock, but life is long, right? You're going to be an Amazon seller for a while. You have time to come back to stuff here, right? So we can see North Pole right here. Take a look at these guys. These guys are in stock right here. Oh, it said in stock, but out of stock. Okay, so another good listing that's out of stock. So technically another good lead, but not something that makes sense for today. We can see FBM buy box. So I know I want to jack up the sale price to probably at least like 54, 55 here, right? Plug these guys in on Google here. We can see, yeah, amusement. Okay, so another listing that's good that's out of stock. So very rarely will stuff be like this where a lot of it's out of stock here. This seller must be pretty good at finding leads that are low on stock or are going to be retired soon or anything like that. You can go ahead and put notify me when available on this though. So we can see another listing that's good that's out of stock right there. We can take a look at these guys here. We can see, yeah, so monthly sold was higher when it was lower priced, which makes sense here, right? Let's take a look at these guys. Boom, let's pull these guys in here. Let's see. Yeah, 25 on these guys here. Little pink. Okay. Out of stock once again here for these keychains. I have made some good money on Jellycat keychains. I don't know why they sell for so much, but they do here. Let's see. So plugging these guys in here. Let's see. Yeah, 35 on these guys. So let's see. 35 to 46 here. Oh, this is size small though. Let's see if they got the size. Aha. Yeah, here we go. 25 size small on this retailer right here. So let's see. Plug in 25 here. So we can see, boom. So this is good. 3K sold. We could also take a look and see if there's a listing for the mediums too as well. Let's see. So this is good here, right? When see size small, boom, add to cart right there. In terms of verifying if a site's legit, the best way is to look up their brick and mortar locations on Google reviews and then Trustpilot for retailer's website. So we can see 25 bucks right here. So this is nice and profitable here. Then we just want to take a look down here at the charts, make sure it makes sense. We can see, especially the past couple weeks here, good offer count wiggle. We can see people making money on this stuff. Not bad whatsoever right there, right? And then if that size medium was in stock, we could take a look at that as well. So we can see that is a good lead that's in stock right there. So let's see. Taking a look at these guys, these peanuts here. So let's see, amicable or amusable peanut here. So let's see, so 23. Right. And then we'd see, boom, 23, $8 profit, 33% ROI here. And that's the good part about starting out on stuff like And1, starting out with stuff like Jellycat. This is sauce for you guys in here. Is stuff like Owala, the water bottles, are great places to start out storefront stalking from. And they're so helpful to find other leads from there, right? So we can see here, they're just classic online arbitrage products. You tend to find a lot of online arbitrage stuff from here. Take a quick glance at this chart. Competition's going up a bit here, but there's kind of been a lot of competition for a while. Like the difference between like 45 like a week ago and 58 isn't a ton here unless it's affecting the price action right here, which we can see it's not. We have a good buffer on this listing right here. Really, really good monthly sold too as well. Not bad whatsoever here, guys. This is going to be a great place to start out storefront stalking too. So we'll take a look at this listing. 200 plus bought. We'll rock and roll down here and take a look here. So we can see Amazon was in stock, but Amazon was way above the buy box, so it literally doesn't even really matter here. We'll go ahead and take a look at these guys as well. Let's see. So Perfume Clubs USA. Okay, so 23 here. So I'm not sure if the site's legit. We would want to look up their Trustpilot and their Google reviews for sure. Let's see. So 23.52 here. So let's see. So 23.52, making $5 profit. Only a 20% ROI, but something like this, there's not like sizes. It's not wearable or anything. It's something people are probably, rebuying against. They pretty much know what they want, which is going to lead to a lower return rate on a product like this here. So for example, this probably works, especially if there's any buy box history higher here, which we can see in this case, there totally is up there at like 40 and like 39, 70, 39, 37 there. Right. So we can see if you're pricing this, you're going more like 39.25 and 39.70 and everything. So that's without any discounts here. There probably is some sort of discount here. Let's see. I always want to take a look. Oh, $5 for free. Okay. So great. So not a crazy deal on those here, but you can always ask customer service if they have any other coupons or look on like Reddit or just Google like Perfumes Club coupons right here. So for example, assuming this checks out here, sun tan deepener here. Yeah, fast tan optimizer here. So you want to take a look, make sure that's the same thing there, especially like the label and stuff like that. Looks pretty bullish there. That's another item right here. Let's see, 36 on these guys here. Aha, so this one, the price is going down because the competition's gone up a lot right here. And we can see, even though the competition technically has been less than the other one that was going up too, the price is actually trending down on this one, which means I'd probably want to avoid this, unfortunately, here. Let's take a look at these guys at 37 right here. Taking a look at these guys. Yeah, look at this one. So the competition's going down, okay, the new offer count, right? And the price nicely hopping along there, going up a little bit too as well. So let's see. So 37 here. Boom. Okay. So let's see. So this is kids here. We want, okay, max. Let's see here. So you want the men's ones. Yeah, 35. So that's definitely not going to work here. Let's see. So this is let's see, men's ones right here. Let's see. So yeah, okay. Yeah, out of stock here. So we can see. So 16.95. So if this were in stock, 16.95, this would totally work. I do actually happen to know, just from experience, this is a really good place to start out storefront stalking too as well. So not quite there, but we can see, taking a look at these guys here, one size. right? 30 bucks. Hop down here, take a look. We can see, yeah, nice and stable right there. So let's check a look and see if we can make any money on these guys here. Let's see. Aha, here we go. So 16.95 here. Let's see. Oracle Red Bull Racing, 16.95 on these guys. So we can see pretty close to being profitable. And then a pro tip is anytime you come across a listing that's above 20 bucks, but really, really light, so like 3 ounces in this case, right? We can go ahead and see that this type of listing, FBA, is significantly less profitable than it is FBM. We can see you always need to make sure you plug in the FBM cost right here. If you want a full FBM cost breakdown, go to howtofbm.com. But we can see FBA, it's a 10% ROI. FBM, it's a 27% ROI here. And then I need to see if there's any coupon here as well. So let's see, is there any sort of coupon we can get? Yeah, okay, cool. 20% off our first order. So assuming this works on this specific item here, this listing becomes even better. Regardless, it would make sense to test because I can see a lot of people are FBMing over here. So this is another example of a good lead here. Take off that 20%. Sure, it might not work, but regardless, that's something that does make sense. People don't really return hats super often right there. So we can see a lot of good products in that first storefront here. Now we can go ahead and take a look as well. So for example, right, we can take a look at like Jellycat, NARS, Kohler, Maglite, all these other brands we can see people are making money on here, right? Not going to worry about this one because it has that one seller that has tons of reviews. So they're probably undercutting right there, right? 48 here. We already looked at that guy though. Let's see. Yeah, this one, you can see the gap between FBA and FBM there. That's a good idea too, as well, right? So we can see 7K rank on those guys too, right? 24K rank on that as well. Problem is it has that one seller undercutting, so I'm not going to worry about those guys either, right? Damn, 70 bucks on this guy, right? So we can see, and literally just go into these different seller storefronts here. We have all these other examples of stuff we can take a look at too as well. So let's see. So yeah, 49 right here. So let's see 50, right? We can see competition going down, price going up right there, right? So we can see 50 as well right here. Let's see. So 35. Yeah. So pro tip, whenever you're looking at items to potentially buy on Walmart, you have to make sure that they are sold and shipped by Walmart, not sold and shipped by a third-party seller. Unfortunately, this item we can see is sold and shipped by a third-party seller. So we would want to avoid this right here. Unfortunately, right? Taking a look at these guys, we can see it's profitable, but it's out of stock. And it's actually retired here. So this is something we definitely wouldn't be able to work with. Unfortunately, right here. Take a look down here at this chart on this item here. Let's see. So yeah, oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that price going up. Competition going down right here. Let's see. Lowest price is 44. So you want to pick this up in the 25 range right here. We can see, yeah, 23 is a different item though here. Let's see. I found some really good items on FAO Schwartz over the years as well. Right. We can see 71 here. And sees, oh, this is actually a new listing here. Or no, it's not. It's just been out of stock for a while. But when it is in stock, it sells pretty quick. Yeah, the sales rank's low right there when it's actually in stock. It just hasn't been in stock for a little while here. So let's see, 71 on these guys here. Let's see. So yeah, out of stock here. So let's see. So I'm not going to worry about those guys here as well. So whenever you see video games in a seller storefront like this, pretty much always they're doing Walmart secret clearance, which is actually a really good pro tip because a lot of Walmart video games, certain times of the year, will be significantly cheaper if you scan with the Walmart app and then scan with your SellerAmp app to see the market on Amazon, compared to just using the display price you see on the specific store right there. So typically when I see video games, I won't look them up on Arbitrage, which might be some cases obviously not accurate, but in many cases it is accurate right there. For example, Gap, I made good money on here at a 6K rank, and then literally just the name of the game is just taking a look at these other sellers, see what all they got, scrolling through here, see what all they got here. For example, like 500 calculators make a lot of sense right now too, right? Video games, secret clearance, and one I made some good money on from Walmart. It's actually a Walmart brand right there. We can see 500K rank too high right there, 283K rank too high right there, 180K rank. We can take a look at those though as well, right? So we can see, taking a look at these boxing gloves right here. We can go ahead and roll down right here, take a quick glance at the chart. We can see, yeah, competition going down, price going up. Not amazing right there. We can take a look, see if we can put these guys up in the ballpark of like 8 to 12 here. Let's see, go to shopping here. Yeah, 40. Okay, not even close right there. Okay, so I wonder where it probably is a retail arbitrage play if I had to guess here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, here we go. So Walmart, 9.98 here. Let's see. So Walmart, 9.98 here, right? We can see mediums, boom, in stock. So let's see. So 9.98 right here, right? Pretty close. And then we can see FBM buy box here. And remember, when you see an FBM buy box, you know you can price above it, FBA, using what's called the prime bump. So for example, say we go ahead and add in like 10% to this or 7% to this right here, we can see $3 profit, 31% ROI here. And we can see, yeah, this listing's been good for a while here, largely pretty stable for a whole year. And a little pro tip too is you can go ahead and use your tax exempt certificate if you get a retail certificate, pretty easy to get via your state's website. On Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, and a lot of big sites, a lot more than you think, will take that sales tax permit, which means you can avoid sales tax, and that would lower your buy cost on a lot of just products, which you can use that on, which is going to create more margin on specific stuff right there. So we found a whole bunch of leads here. That's an AVM. You can literally go ahead and take a look off the listings we found here, Storefront stock, to find your own online arbitrage leads. Obviously, don't think it makes sense to buy any products you see in YouTube videos, but it's a really good place to find, just see the process and find places to Storefront stock. Make sure if you haven't already, you get 2 weeks free of SellerAmp on our website, selleramp.com. Let us know any questions down below in the comments. See you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.